I'm not trying to do that. All right, then let me go. Let me share this. I almost started like a notes on my phone with some stuff on it yesterday, but I'm like, that's too much. I can't have prep for the show. I was like, no, I can't do that. So I'm sure whatever cool stuff I wanted to say will be completely forgotten and I won't bring it up at all. So that'll definitely come back and bite me. Come on, YouTube. Well, we're either live or we're not, but
love it.
It says we are. You're like, love it, man. Love it, man.
Believe it.
Cobb Bostis, I like that. Actually,
yeah.
Cobb's a pretty good name, actually.
Cobb.
Full name Corn Cobb.
It's short. It's short for Corn Cobb.
Corn on the. All right. That's dumb. All right, I'm not gonna mess with the stream. If it's there, it's there. It's not. It's not. All right, let's record this. No need to do an episode. This is postseason special episode 2.
Yep. No, it should be 3, right?
I don't know how to count. Is this the 3rd one we've done?
I think we did one after game 2.
Yeah, we probably did. Yeah, well, then I don't know how to count.
Actually, I was thinking about that. Did we do one after game 2?
I thought we were supposed to.
Surely we did.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, I don't know.
No, we didn't.
We've done one, and then this was going to be the wrap up of that series.
Yeah.
We were going to do one. Didn't we do one Friday night?
I don't think we did.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. It was Emsley was at a sleepover, so it was date night. So we watched the new Top Gun movie and had a terrible food delivery experience.
That sounds like a bad date, but a half good date because that movie absolutely rules. All right, let's do this.
Absolutely is so good. It is the 2nd. We could have sworn this was the 3rd, but no. In the same way that Seattle could have sworn that they would have won at least one game, we swore that we had done a 2nd episode after game 2, but no, we did not. So this is our 2nd postseason episode of 2022. I am Cobb Bostis. He is an ordinary broom.
Just a regular broom.
The Astros are moving on to their 6th straight American League Championship Series, something that has never been done in the American League before. Even when the Yankees were using Philadelphia, Kansas City as their own little farm system and just sort of taking whatever players they wanted from other major league teams, they did not make 6 straight. Although that, to be fair, I don't know that they had ALCSs in the 50s, which was kind of the last time the Yankees were dominant.
No, you just won your league and you went straight to the World Series. I think there's no being, but that's boring as fuck. Actually, it's good.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you're the Dodgers, you're actually calling for that once again. But not just for the league. They are. Let's just get okay. This is a celebration again, like that last episode. This is a celebration, but I've got some. How do they say it? I've got some tea or something. I'm going to serve some tea. I don't know how to say anything cool. I don't know how to. I'm going to. Hi, I'm British. It's tea time. Here, sit down. I've got some crackers or Triscuits or whatever biscuits. Have your tea or something. That's mine.
You're going to spill it. You're going to spill the tea. Spill it.
Yeah. So the Dodgers, I mean, they have somehow managed to become even more pussy than they were before. They had an all-time historical collapse, which, I mean, as a fan, I do feel for them to win 111 games and to get got by a team that dressed like UPS delivery drivers. But
I feel like we warned them, though. We were like, don't sleep on the Padres. I feel like that was something that was definitely said on this podcast.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah. The way they caught fire, yeah, you had to be scared of both what San Diego's doing and also what the way Seattle looked. It looked like they, all of the momentum was in those two teams' favor, and I don't know what happened. But yeah, the Dodger fans are. I mean, it's completely predictable, and we should have known that's exactly where they were going to go to. But they're still talking about the 2017 Astros. They are
all they've got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that they're not actually petitioning to make the league always be 60 games so that they can make their one Mickey Mouse championship count. Which nobody recognizes it, which it's great. That's a nice. it's nice to be included in that unification thing, since the Astros are outcasts and by all measures. But it's nice to be able to make fun of them and be like, no, that doesn't count. Nobody respects that as a I don't. You do respect it, don't you? Is it? Didn't you say you did?
They want a short season. In the same way that we sort of still recognize 1981.
It's not one. It's not one, but it's not. It is. It's not.
It's nuance. If you don't have the ability to include nuance in your thoughts, then you should not be watching baseball.
Oh, you mean so nobody in the country should be watching baseball?
Nuance
died in 2016. Nuance has been dead for at least 6 years.
We count 2020 as part of the 6 straight ALCSs. Would you count if the Astros had won the 2020 World Series? What and I want everyone listening to take a step back and think about this. Would you celebrate the 2020 World Series if there was a parade in Houston?
Okay, well, first of all, let me just first get this off my chest that I'm a giant hypocrite, and and I do recognize that. So that what I will ridicule and make fun of another team for, make no mistake that if I'm in that position, I do celebrate it and I completely rationalize it in any way I can. But honestly, the way if they would have come back and beat the Rays after that collapse, after that lackluster, boring ass season of just going through the motions, and they ran through that. They ran with no off days in the postseason and going through, and with that comeback, that would have made it something. I didn't care up until that Rays series. I was like, I don't care. And then we're losing, and I was like, we can come back. This is fun. It was all like house money. None of us had any emotions or anything that we were willing to part with. We're just like, whatever. And
it's 2020, yeah, we're so just locked down and quarantined, and
but Astros Dodgers, I don't care under any circumstance in the redemption tour when we didn't get booed and fans coming back. There was a narrative set up there to have that mean more than potentially this year would have meant. I just wanted to play them so we could just be like, all right, loser has to shut the fuck up. You can't.
Yeah.
Or
that's fair.
They should. I mean, they really, after losing this postseason, they really need to drop it. I mean, it's makes them look more and more buffoonish every time they still cling on to something from 2017 that didn't even affect 2017. So I mean, it's crazy that they're that delusional. But what I was referring to, if you guys didn't see it, some absolute psychopath at the LA Times. I thought it was a joke. I had to make sure, I had to confirm that it was a real article, because it was very very satirical and onion skewing. I mean, what he was basically calling for that it was maybe time baseball looked into eliminating the postseason altogether, which is is one of the funniest things ever, and just making it in both leagues and just making it a one champion. So basically going premiership.
Yeah.
You just went with the best team with the record. Oh, that's very convenient with the 111 win Dodgers. Now that's work. But it also said that it should automatically be given to them with the 111 wins. And there were people like in the comments just like, I mean, you won a few more games than the Astros. I don't think you're not in some other tier. What makes you think that you would automatically get the championship? I mean, if we're talking about that, they said they were heads and shoulders above everybody else. I was like, I don't think that I don't think they are better than the Astros, but they're good.
They're five games better in the regular season, and
they're weakly spined. We know that. They don't have what the Astros have. They have all the talent, all the payroll. They have all this. They have a dumb manager. And a bad one. He's no Aaron Boone, but he's not good. You got a crazy lineup. You got superstars all over the place that are producing, and you got a crazy bullpen. I mean, you have it all on paper, but you're a bunch of pussies. You're just like the city. It's a perfect reflection. Okay, it's crazy. But yeah. Anyway, so they're being Dodgers as usual, and it was pretty sweet to watch that game. I've never watched as much baseball as I did yesterday. I watched that, and then I went directly and watched the ending of the Cleveland game, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna flip over and then watch." So I got to watch. It was a pretty beautiful day for baseball.
Yeah, it was a fun day. I had the Braves and Phillies on one screen and the Astros on another, and then Alabama, Tennessee on a different tab. And no, it was a very fun day. I honestly I know, and there wasn't like anything else that there wasn't anything else going on that would have impaired my memory of this. I don't know what I did last night, and from when the Astros game ended until I went to bed. Like, I was just absolutely exhausted.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
I think I watched the end of the USC Utah game. But I was just like, I just kind of like just sat back because I just like that was, and I don't know how it wasn't a tense 0-0 game through 17 innings.
It was pretty tense. It was pretty tense. I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, but like nobody was hitting. It's not like there were bases clogged all the time and there's all these errors and all these walks, and it was just hit. Like, it's like someone's gonna get a lucky flick of the bat, and I don't know who it's gonna be. But either way, like at one point I tweeted like just rock paper scissors this thing out on the mound and let's see how that turns out before we decide.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. My favorite one of those was to have Dusty Baker and Scott Service fist fight.
Dusty,
which Dusty would tune his ass up. Scott Service would probably have some sort of shank or some little weapon because he hit his life alert necklace or something or something. He'd cheat somehow. Scott Service would weasel his way out of that.
I would like to point out that it was about, let's see, that game started at 3. It was about 5 o'clock. It was about 5 o'clock, and I want to say it was the 7th or 8th. And Kami, my wife, like walked in and she was like, "This is going to be 1-0 Astros and extras, just so you know," and then just like walked out.
Thanks, Witch. But yeah, I wish we could have you. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's nice.
Yeah,
oh, sweet. I appreciate that. That rules.
And after when it got to like the 12th or 13th, like she came back in and started watching it, and I'm like, "You need to leave. Like,
get out of here."
We're not sitting right here when Jordan hit that home run. You were not sitting right here when
I got banished for 3 innings, and then I was allowed to come back,
and she came back and they won. So Kami can be back on the couch. But like she was just like, "No, this is what's going to happen," and then that's exactly what happened. So yeah.
I felt like the lack of hitting, the more it went on, I felt that built up tension. I mean, because that might be the best pitched game in Major League Baseball history.
Oh, it was combined, yes, 100%.
I mean, I know it had the strikeout record and everything, but just and honestly, other than maybe two or three balls and strikes miscalled, I thought in the series overall, I think it's been great umpiring behind the plate. He got a little erratic yesterday, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to not have somebody named Angel or who's the other guy that we hate, Joe West, or just some absolute guy that clearly is gambling and cheating and making money off it back there, just ruining a game. And it's nice to have that. Nothing was called into question, really. It was just we beat the Seattle Mariners.
And we talk about, the 05, how the Astros lost 4 games by a combined 5 runs.
Yeah.
Like, that happens. You can't complain about it. You just got beat. And
you can't complain about it. It can haunt you for your whole life, but it does happen.
It happens. And I think that I saw someone, I wish I could remember who it was, but someone was like, take it easy on Mariners fans. Like, the social media wasn't a thing the last time they were in the playoffs. They don't know how to handle themselves in public right now.
Yeah, right. 9/11 was happening the last time they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're still cleaning up ground zero.
Jesus.
So it's just, it was, I did not, you predicted a sweep. I said Astros in 4 because I thought they'd lose a game like yesterday's game.
They certainly deserved to. They could have lost all of them, so we could have easily been swept. And that's the one thing. That's what the Mariners fans and they're going to come in right behind the Dodgers in just an absolute delusional, crazy fan base that I have just had enough of. But them aside, if I can just forget and they exist, what a great series by the Seattle Mariners. That the baseball game on the field that didn't have crazy people talking nonsense was they were impressive. They hung around. And I think they were still missing a couple of pieces, but you couldn't get Julio Rodriguez out. They pitched great. They were really good. I didn't expect that kind of fight out of them, even though I did respect them, even though I wouldn't admit to it beforehand. They could have won. I mean, easily. What do they say? We led 6 innings or something ridiculous in the whole series because we walked off 2 or almost walked off 2, and then that game, we did walk off 2. Kind of walk off. Never mind, we didn't.
Kind of.
Anyway, kind of. But yeah, so that's. I mean, so I understand that point, but it's as close as it was. Close 3 games. It still was winning 3 games in a row. Still is dominating, whether it's 1-0 or not. Like that's winning 3 in a row in the postseason. That's fucking getting the job done. Especially with one of your best players doesn't get a hit. I mean, come on.
You have to get 27 outs. And the Astros did better in those 27 outs than the Mariners did. I do like the Mariners are a good team. I mean, George Kirby, Julio Rodriguez, like I'm with you. I respect next year's
that Munoz with his fucking throwing 102. Like Jesus Christ, Andres, and that guy's absolutely electric.
Looks like Rasputin. I love it. Like
he does look like Rasputin.
You need chaos like that, and the Mariners are chaotic evil right now. The Astros are chaotic good, and next year I think the Mariners will be chaotic neutral, and the Astros will still be chaotic good. So it's set up. It's set up for a really good rivalry over the next few years.
I think so too.
I don't dislike. There's not a. I mean, I wasn't a huge Cal Raleigh fan. I think the big dumper thing is really stupid, but to hear that he has
one of the dumbest things.
He lost some of the bone in his thumb, like that's baller. Like, good job, Cal Raleigh. Like, it's amazing what you did with all of the injuries that you're dealing with.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh is a baseball name. Like, if you're either going to be you have to be a baseball player if your name's Cal Raleigh.
Or a NASCAR driver.
Oh yeah, never mind. That's pretty good. Cal Raleigh, Cal Raleigh coming up in the. Yeah, you're right. That's or NASCAR. That's correct.
Finished second at Talladega. Finished second in the ALDS.
Ricky Bobby got him. Yeah, they were a likable team. Julio Rodriguez is a bona fide superstar, and he's already there, so that's exciting for them. They've got.
He has kind eyes. He has very nice eyes.
He does, and he smiles a bunch. I was like, I love that guy. He seems like he's the best. He's always like. He gets out. He's like smiling with the other team, and he's just like. And Altuve does that. I mean, our players do that too. The hated evil Altuve.
Yeah.
Somehow doesn't know how to learn. Was cursed by a witch and no longer knows how to play baseball.
I tweeted yesterday. They were one of those just horrific at bats. Actually, the at bats looked better. Like as you got to his 6th, 7th, 8th at bat.
Middle of the game, right at the turn of extra innings, there was one at bat. I can't remember specifically, but it was he looked like he couldn't even see the ball at all.
Yeah, I was like, he could have gone up there reading a book, and it would have been a 3-0 count.
Yeah, that's tough, and it's tough because his approach, that aggressive jump on pitches, when you're not seeing the ball and you're not swinging it, that just sets you up for. To fail. It makes it even harder.
Hopefully the next 72 hours, Altuve goes and sees a sports psychologist or just watches film all day and gets in the batting cages and figures it out. But it's incredible that the Astros swept a series and Altuve did not get a hit.
No, that is incredible. But I think other than the barrage, the comeback on in game 1, you definitely missed that him not being on base and producing in that spot. You definitely could feel the difference. So it did. Yeah, that's how good they are. So that's exciting. But yeah, you could definitely see the difference. Usually we go as he goes, and if he's completely dead, I would have predicted that we would be dead as well, just like we were back in the days when Biggio and Bagwell couldn't do anything at all. And we're just like, the rest of the team's like, well, I'm Adam Everett. I'm not going to do anything. I'm Brad Ausmus. I've never got a postseason hit. We're bad. Please, superstars, do something. And then, I forgot. Did you see my shirt? I found this shirt at a thrift shop. Apparently it's a camouflage thing, and I think it's from Lance Berkman's gay conversion therapy military camp, where he Yeah, so it's pretty tight. So I'm pretty sure it's from his military gay conversion camp that he where he turns queers to troops.
I've long held a desire to have a blue bucket for change, and I aggressively stand next to a Salvation Army person ringing a bell, and I'm running the Salvation Navy, and I just take those donations, and
Navy is pretty good, yeah.
That's how we have Christmas.
And then I come out after that, and I'm like the Salvation. We just have different branches. I'm like, I'm the Salvation Air Force, and we're here to. And I'm the Salvation Coast Guard, and we're like, get the fuck out of here, Salvation Coast Guard. We don't respect you as a military branch. Get out of here. Go back to the sea, bozos. All right.
So okay. What's really interesting to me is I put some stock into Fangraphs and their playoff odds and their simulations and whatnot. And I say that, and I'm about to sort of disparage that a little bit. But when the postseason started, it was they had the Yankees 76-24 over Cleveland. Well, obviously they're fighting for their lives right now. And so this morning, and let's just hang on. Let me before I exit out of that. No, it defaulted. Okay. Update. So 76-24 Yankees. Actually, let's kind of talk through this as I go through it. 76-24, essentially Astros over Mariners. That worked out. Braves 53-47 over the Padres. That didn't. Dodgers 53-47 over the Phillies. That's not right. Braves Phillies 53-47 Braves Phillies 53-47 Dodgers Padres. So they were saying like, yeah, this team's better, but it's going to be close, and an upset wouldn't be the most surprising thing.
That's short series, and if you have a short series with good pitching, that eliminates pretty much any of the gap. I think I would like to see it be 7 games, honestly, but I'd also like to eliminate the postseason altogether and just have one winner.
Let's just make it. Just give me what I want. Like that's how I want to. I want to change the postseason structure to where I get whatever I want every single year.
Yeah, that's fair. I would take it if I could.
So now we get to today, and obviously we don't know how the Cleveland's been given a 69-31 edge over New York. We'll see how that changes tomorrow if necessary. But what's crazy to me is that to win the pennant, it doesn't matter who it is. The Astros, they've already put the Astros at 67.1%.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that, even though that I do respect the odds and what they're doing. It's not a fluke. Like those are real statistical chances. So, I mean, it's not like Chris Berman in a Swami outfit coming saying, "I guarantee the Astro." It's not like a jinx type thing. It's like, no, this is what the numbers say.
This is a very strong simulation, and the Yankees win the LCS 12.2%. The Cleveland does it 20.7%. Astros 67.1%.
Wow.
The Padres have a slight 51-49 edge over the Phillies. That's going to be a fun series to watch. But and then you get to the World Series, and it's 26-4 Padres.
Which we would have home field advantage in, which is very nice. That's a nice thing with the Dodgers going out. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
We're right now we're the best team in the postseason. That's kind of sick.
We're still the best team still playing. 25-1 for the Phillies, 36-6 for the Astros, 6.7 for Cleveland, and 5.2 for New York. And I think that has a lot to do with how this Cleveland-New York series is shaping up, because the Yankees are throwing Garrett Cole right now.
Yeah.
Which with Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, like the Yankees, should they pull this thing out, aren't going to have Cole until game 3. That's Saturday.
Yeah. And conversely, we've got JV set up for game 1. So we got through it as quick as we could, and we've got it set up perfectly how we want it with a home game that makes sense. If you're talking about home team and the odds, and that makes perfect sense.
And honestly, the best thing that we can hope for is that this Cleveland New York game goes like 14 innings tonight, and it goes 12 or 13 innings tomorrow, and whoever wins just comes out totally depleted and gassed, and that just sets it up even better for the Astros. And Altuve is fixed. Wednesday, ideally.
He will. I mean, I say Altuve, ALCS MVP guaranteed, or at least he'll be a difference maker in a game where he'll do a walk off or he'll do an Altuve thing. We'll be like, nah, all right, we're even. Even though we owe him so much, and we could never be even based on what he's done in the postseason.
if there's anyone,
he's earned the right to literally just leave the bat on his shoulders for an entire postseason. It's like, yeah, that's cool. You've helped us out a bit.
I really do think it's the rust from the 5 or 6 day break or whatever it was between the end of the regular season and the start of the ALDS. Like when you just automatically you just have to take almost a week off. Like that's devastating for, for everybody. I mean, you looked at, who had the bye in the first round of the NL, and they both lost their NLDS.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of talk on that, and obviously the Astros kind of bucked the trend, but everybody else got. The Braves, other than the Dodgers got. Yeah, everybody got. So the Astros are the only team that were rested. But I mean, there's a case to be made for that. I mean, and it was a lot of it was unnecessary. They could have. You made a good point. I guess it was 2 episodes, our real episode, where you said that it should go it should go directly into the DS from the wild card, no breaks. Yeah, like we should have started that series Monday.
Yeah.
And not have that weird day off. I mean, there's ways to fix this, or I think they'll tinker with it. I think this is a winning format. There are enough good teams that deserve a shot, and this year is proving that any team can win, and it makes it fun. So so I think it's good, but you don't want to make it where it's a disadvantage to have the 2 best records in the league. That's not good.
Yeah, no, and I mean, but also the Mets 101 wins and got bounced in the wild card. So it's not just an automatic, like if you just keep playing, you're going to keep playing well. Like you can just have a bad few days to have a bad few days. And that's just sometimes how it goes.
That's why I'm not a big fan of the short series. It's fun. It's intense. I get it for if I'm watching 2 teams I don't care about, but yeah, it's just in baseball, that's just setting up upsets, I guess it's just the way it is, but I'd like to see them all be, or if maybe that be 5 games and then be 7 games for the other 2. I would have liked, I'm glad we advanced, but it would have been fun to go 7 with the, have a 7-game series with the Mariners.
Yeah, I'm okay with the wild card being, maybe you make the wild card a best of 5. And then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Get to the DS and it's 7.
That's just a better. It's more accurate representation. You don't get the you're less likely to get the fluke where you get the Kevin Browns, Jim Layer. It's tricking you. You actually it evens out. But whatever. That's the Astros in the LCS again.
Then you're looking at, if you get that bye, you still have a long layoff from the wild card to the DS. So if you extend that, then you extend it by a couple of days, and that doesn't even really solve the problem. So
you're right.
Just have a 1 game. Just wild card is 1 game playoff. Like if you're the 5th and 6th best team in the league, that wasn't it was a good year, but no, your season comes down to game 163, and then we start the real thing 2 days later.
I like that. That's similar. It's kind of like a hybrid of what it was before, and then you just expanding that. I like that. That playing game was always that wild card was always fucking so fun.
So much fun.
Either do a 1 game like that or do a real series, do a 5-game series. I think that would, either do 1 game and make it do or die, or where everything's put into that 1 game, or make it a real series. But whatever.
And but the thing, it's. I mean, obviously, like you have to count the pennants, you count the rings, like that's what you do. But no one's gonna forget that. Well, I will here by Tuesday. I'll have forgotten that the Dodgers won 111 games. But that's a hell of a season.
It's an incredible season. That's 5 games off the best ever. I mean, that's an episode. That's what it is, a monumental collapse to not make it to the CS. I mean, it really is. But I mean, I don't know. You're like you said, is the metric. Yeah, we want to count the rings and all, but more often than not, I count getting to the postseason as that's a winning season. You're one of the few teams you won. A lot of the times the best team might not win the championship. It's the fucking Atlanta Braves catching fire. It's the goddamn Washington Nationals. They should burn that team and it should not exist. But I'm saying it is an accomplishment. I think it's a little unfair to say other than the Dodgers this year, because I will call that a failure. But yeah, if you made it and you won that many games and you got to the postseason, like that's not a failure. You just got beat, and that in baseball anybody can get you. But in the Dodgers case, that is a big failure, and they are dumb and stupid.
They should investigate them for all of their human trafficking crimes that they had spreadsheets set up for documenting those crimes.
Yeah,
cross-referencing those crimes.
Cody Bellinger got benched. Even the devil, selling the soul of the devil, couldn't help him. The devil's like, my hands are tied, Cody. I don't know, man. You're not good. I gave you abilities, and all you do is smoke drugs. I can't help you here, Cody. Sorry, I talked with Dave Roberts. We just can't play you. You're a liability. You're not doing anything. Sorry. No, you signed it. I have your soul. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
If you were a Dodgers fan, would you call for Dave Roberts' head? Like, do you want him fired if you're a Dodgers fan?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If I'm a Dodgers fan, I'm stupid and I don't know what anything's going on. So I probably love Dave Roberts, and I'm blaming the Astros. Yeah, I'm blaming the Astros for.
It's definitely the Astros' fault.
Yeah, he always every time I watch a Dodgers game, which is not that often, he's doing something. He's mismanaging something, and again, he's not as bad as Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone's got to go. If the Yankees really want to catch the Astros, they need to get rid of Cashman. They need to get rid of fucking Aaron stupid Boone, because Boone is fucking costing them playing kind of for life. I mean, Aaron Boone is costing them games. So, and I think Dave Roberts does too, but who knows? And did you see the kind of crazy shit that he was talking about in the post game?
No.
I'm gonna pull it up. I had a bunch of stuff because I was on Twitter a bunch for once, and I was getting all of the content. And what he said was, man, if I'd be so embarrassed if my manager was saying that, the nerve. I gotta find it.
Is this Boone or Roberts?
Roberts. Just exactly what you'd expect. Let me see here. Dave Roberts. I mean, if I'm a Dodgers fan, I'm pissed. We can't get it done. I mean, I really am, because I'm fucking fuming. And it's your rivals, Padres. I mean, that is great, and I love for them to suffer. But the Padres the Padres did beat them, and it was what it was. They had so many runners on, they couldn't get a hit. They couldn't get it done.
It's just so funny that the Dodgers were talking that 22 game lead, never won the division by 22 games. I don't know that there's been a wider margin from a first place to a second place team in a division, but and then you just lose 3 out of 4.
Well, you know that. I mean, honestly, the way that's set up, and this could just be former postseason's PTSD. But if we dominate, if we play the Reds somehow in the playoffs back in the day, or after Rosevelt's dominating, I'm like, Reds guaranteed to sweep us and beat us. It's just a team, because you at some point you see a team enough, and the Dodgers apparently own them all. I don't know what the record was, but basically just beat them up and down the coast this season. So then to have them come in, I guess they were playing with nothing to lose, and they got the cancer of Fernando Tatis off the team, and once he got out of there, they fucking really put it together. Honestly, instantly, the second he was done, somehow the mature Manny Machado, which I never thought I'd say, I figured he'd be having a shank on him and stabbing people, but he stepped up, became a leader, and they put it all together once the fucking Tatis was out of there. So I don't know, there's something to be said for that.
It's crazy to think that the Padres are here without Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, it's so frustrating when you have like an elite young talent that makes just a terrible decision, and they're just a non-factor. Because if the Padres don't win the pennant, like if they get got by the Phillies, they are going to wonder for the rest of their lives, like, what if we had Tatis?
For sure. I mean, that's actually a nice built-in. I don't know. You go back to once again. Sorry for bringing up 2019, which I do officially say we won.
Yep.
But yeah, they oh no, it's the Braves. I'm talking about the Braves. They did it without Acuna Matata.
They did it without Acuna. We did it, and we lost without McCullers. And Framber was getting blown up every first start of the series.
I'm just saying the Braves. I mean, the Braves they lose their best player and then go on a run after losing them. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But except that the Padres have but both the Padres and the Phillies, like their records aren't impressive. But the Phillies being in that division, which we've joked about all year long, does that creep in your mind a little bit that it's another NL East team on a magical run,
yes.
and a team that hasn't done it yet? Does that? I know it just creep in your head like, great, it's gonna be Astros Phillies, and the Phillies are gonna win the World Series. We're gonna lose another one.
We'll have lost a World Series in the last 5 years. We will have lost a World Series to 60% of the NL East. Like
if we lose 2 World Series, one to the Nationals and to the Philadelphia Phillies, I will absolutely. The Braves, they weren't that good, but they got us, and I do respect that one. But I will be absolutely. I can't even. I'd be just absolutely fuming. I can't find the quotes, but I did find this tweet from @HotVenus that says, "Hi, I'm Dave Roberts, and I'm going to decide to pull our starter who hasn't allowed a run in the 5th inning and hand the game to an overworked bullpen." And then it's got a picture of Dave Roberts, and it just says, "Is he retarded?"
Oh, it's 3-2 New York now in the bottom of the 5th.
Sorry for saying the R word. They said it, not me. But so I was
quoting. Yeah.
God, where are those? Let me try to find it. One more thing, and then I'll give up on this. The Cleveland scares me more than the Yankees, because we do own the Yankees, and there's something to be like. They have no moxie right now. They have nothing. They just do not. They don't scare me at all. Cleveland and their pitching and the way they played us that last series, or at least the series. They both series they played pretty good. But I was thinking when we were here,
when I was watching the wild card round, and they were talking about Cleveland being the youngest team in the majors, I got nervous because they're too dumb. That means they're too dumb to know like what's going on. Like they don't have the experience to be intimidated.
They have one guy that loves fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, that's guy. Hey, what's his name? Oscar something.
Oscar Gonzalez.
The whole that's what we're dealing with is SpongeBob people. That's not good.
I hear that, and I'm like, that's the Baby Shark thing. And
that's God damn it! Don't say that.
That makes me feel really uneasy. I don't like it. I don't. But and I think I said this, but I could talk myself into the Astros losing a series to like a little league team from like DeRidder, Louisiana. Like
me too.
So I think there's just so much PTSD on our part that the actual players don't have that.
No,
that it's probably going to be okay. But
no, they don't have any of it, and that's the thing that like they now have a track record, especially in the. Well, I mean, they have a track record in winning pennants too. That they're not scared of the moment. Even if they lose a game, they're never. The Astros are so even keeled that you just can't. If you are lucky enough to punch them in the mouth, they're going to come back like nothing happened, and that's why they're so good. And that's it within the game too, where they're never out of it. They're supremely confident in all their abilities, and they know that they're better than they can win, and that's terrifying. It's definitely terrifying.
We were talking about the Padres missing Tatis and all of that. Let's not forget that Michael Brantley was supposed to be in left field.
God,
and then catastrophic injury to his shoulder.
And we lost Jason Castro, which is also equally as bad.
What would this team have looked like with a 3-10 hitting Michael Brantley somewhere between like 3rd and 7th? I don't know where you put it.
I mean, I'd put us up around 111, 112 wins, best season in Astros history. I mean, I know it's just a few more wins, but that's. I mean, it changes the entire dynamic of the team. I don't know. We don't have to suffer through, and bless his heart, Trey Mancini. We don't have to deal with that project. There's everything. It's a whole different thing but you have an absolutely killer lineup. Yeah, I've actually put him out of my head. I don't even like thinking about it. Even when I'll see him in the dugout and be like, "That's a ghost. Get that ghost out of there."
That's powder. That's
yeah,
powder.
get that ghoul. There's a ghoul dugout, please. Get that out of there. He's just wandering in with his chains dragging on the back of the dugout. Just get that ghoul out of there. just moaning and throwing gum. Very scary. Very, very scary.
And someone messaged me, or not messaged me, but like tweeted at me, because like when Mancini got hit by the pitch, maybe if he actually did get hit by that pitch yesterday, and I tweeted, I was like, that's Mancini's biggest hit in 6 weeks. And someone was like, y'all been calling for Mancini to be in the lineup, since the day he got here. Well, yeah, when he'd been playing every day, and he showed up and hit a home run, in like I think in his first game.
He had a few home runs in his first game. I still don't blame him for that either. For this season, the way he was used, and coming from being a regular player, I wouldn't be able to hit either.
Yeah, no. If you go from you are going to be in the top half of the lineup absolutely every single day, to where you might go Monday to Thursday without playing, like you're gonna be rusty. You're gonna be a little bit off. That's just not what you're used to when you came up with the Orioles. And what do you expect? Like you can't just be thrown in and being like, all right, go hit again. Like I think that for every failure that Mancini endures this postseason, it starts the minute he was traded to Houston.
Yeah,
that's where the root of that failure comes from, because he just was not getting regular playing time.
No, yeah. I mean, he's completely erratic. He doesn't know when he's playing. We won't see him for a while. Then he pinch hits. Then he's playing. Then he's DHing. And coming from Baltimore, where you're the man, and it's just carefree. I'm just playing baseball, going through the motions. I'm the man. To come into a first place team with a bunch of postseason proven veterans, you got to believe he's pressing. And even if the team and nobody's putting any pressure on him, he's putting it all on himself to prove himself and trying to just fit in the lineup and try to contribute. That's almost impossible to be a consistent hitter. So, I mean, I can't be too mad at him. Also, he's a good ball player. He's a good ball player. So, I mean, he's due. So you never know. He really could. I'm never dejected when he comes up. It's not like it's not an automatic out. I still have that hope that, like, oh, this is Trey Mancini. He can come through. He's a good baseball player.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He's also a potential free agent at the end of the season. And so, that's probably, because at this point, the way that he's hit, quote unquote, hit with the Astros, there is a team option, but they might not pick it up. Like, what do you do? Like, but you're also competing against Gurriel, who's trying to finish his career, because I don't think Gurriel's done after this season. He probably wants to finish as an Astro.
What a resurgence. Can we, I mean, is besides obvious, there's Jordan's then Pena, but is the unsung hero Gurriel, at least on the offensive side, the way he swing the bat? Swing the bat. Well, am I the dumbest person on earth? Swing the bat. Jesus.
If you have to take like Pena and Jordan out, then yeah, Gurriel's the biggest. I mean, he got 3 hits yesterday. And,
just absolutely squaring it up again. And like he's hitting line drives again and hitting to all fields. Something that he did not do the entire year.
Yeah.
Man.
That Gurriel gets a ton of credit for this series. And so it's got to be hard on both Yuli and Mancini I would imagine that Mancini would like to come back to Houston next year, because there's like a really good chance that you're going to go to the postseason again. You don't want to go to the Royals to a team that just needs kind of a stopgap first baseman or whatever.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah,
where you go to die, and where the ghost of Garrett Anderson is much scarier than Michael Brantley. The ghost of Jim Abbott is roaming around, and he's missing 2 arms. It's very scary.
Just a hand.
Just very floating hands like Uncle. Yeah, the hand. You're absolutely right.
So there's a lot of pressing going on both sides, and Yuli just sort of like did what he does because he's been here however many times before that he rose to the occasion, and good for Yuli.
Yeah, I mean, he's earned that right, and he also plays an absolutely immaculate first base. And those scoops, and having to field fucking Altuve alligating arm every single throw he's ever made. Altuve has never actually made a throw in the air to first base. Hell of a play that he made. Shout out to Altuve's defense. He admitted that heck of a play. Both of the whole infield, the double play. I mean, man, they were on fire. They were in fuego, as they say in Spain.
Yeah, no, it was good, and yeah. At this point, like if the Astros came back with a 1-year deal for Yuli in 2023, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I'm okay with. I mean, it depends because I mean, I don't know what San Diego's going to do, but Josh Bell is still around. So I don't know, and if it's true that was a target for Crane, I mean, I definitely am not going to be upset at Josh Bell. I would not
object to going from Gurriel to Josh Bell. No,
just like the lineup to see, and then Josh Bell and Jordan hitting like consecutive in the lineup, and just two absolute monsters.
That would be a lot. That would be
Josh Bell would look tight in our uniform. You can tell some guys you're like that guy fits. He'll look good in our uniform.
Yeah,
he definitely would. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So that's we can cross that bridge when we get there. But hopefully we are doing that with a ring. I'm just trying not to get. I'm trying to manage my expectations because it's easy to it's easy to look and talk yourself out of or being scared of whatever the opponent is, which I definitely do. I'm like Seattle. Oh, great, they're on one. They've got the magic. They've got you can just really easily do that. Well, you can also do it the other way. I'm looking and you've got the Yankees on the brink with an upset, and you have the National Leagues already. The 5 and 6 seeds are playing for or whatever it is, something like that. 4 and 6 or something, whatever the bottom two rankings, weren't they?
Yeah, 5 and 6.
Yeah, so I mean that's house money on that side, and you get the home field. It's setting up to where it's like the Astros. You gotta just do it. It's right there. you gotta take care of business. Get this ring, and please.
Like it's just setting up so perfectly for the Astros to just kind of waltz in and be like, yeah, all right. I guess we're the best team left.
I mean, I could just as easily see them literally just cruise, and with a no sweat off the back ALCS win and World Series. I could see that happening as much as I could see this being terrifying as what's ahead, because we're going to be favored and are favored on not only the Fangraphs but all of the casinos. We're the house favorite right now, so there's just something scary about being that. It's never good.
I remember before 2019, and then I've got to go put my kid to bed.
Yeah.
Before 2019, the World Series, we had a show, and we were going over our predictions, and we were looking at the Nationals lineup. We were looking at the rotation, and I remember saying like Astros in 3, because I could not wrap my head around the Astros losing to the Washington Nationals.
No.
And we saw how that turned out. So and I
had the same thing for the Braves. I was just like, I don't respect. We're better. We said it we did these shows. We're like, we are better. We should win the World Series. But we had a little bit from that 2019 where it's like, and then sure enough. So, all right. Well, I mean, I'm not scared of either of these two teams left. I mean, let's just keep a reminder, Cleveland, the Rivers are always on fire, so that's not good.
Yep.
Guardians are a dumb name. Garrett Cole's a bitch, and we'll see y'all on the CS. We'll see y'all. We'll do another episode, and we'll regroup next week.
Yep.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Go
Stros. And also, don't go to Berkman's military camp. It's not good. It's not a real military camp. It's not a real troops. All right. Goodbye.
Not a troop.
It's not a real troop. No.